People are so confused over relationships. Everybody's putting their social media spin reels of themselves and their lives out there, and we're meeting each other this way. This is not reality. And I love the love cards in terms of helping me understand once I do meet someone, I can grok their birth date, what might really be going on there. So can you just give us an overview of how this helps us really understand these dynamics, this ancient card system?
Well, first of all, this is a system that one can test for themselves and find the truth in right away. That's important because there's fake systems out there. And there's systems out there that haven't really figured it out, like how to interpret it correctly. You know what I mean? So this is an ancient system and it will give you the truth about you and whatever person that you're with. And that truth can really help guide you. Number one, the first thing it does is it's like whoever we have in our life is a reflection of us on some level. So seeing the connections we have with them, it kind of tells us where we're at in our life and seeing who we attract, also because, like a good example is a lot of people, they might go through a period of time when they're just attracted to people that are not available, you know, like, oh, I picked another one who's not available and they don't know why. So, but what they don't realize is that inside they don't want to be available right now. They had some really bad relationship before. They've already forgotten about it in their mind, but unconsciously they don't want to do that again. So they pick people that will never ask them for anything, or people who live 3,000 miles away, or people who are married to their mothers and talking to their mother every day on the phone. There's all kinds of ways that can play out. That's just one example. So the card system will show you by the mirror of that you get from your partner, not only who they are, because the cards will tell you all about that person and yourself and your relationship tendencies, but it will also show the dynamics between you and them. Is it positive or is it negative? What part of it's negative, what part of it's positive? Um, and hopefully by looking at that, you can see what you really were attracted to in this person, like to know the answer to that question, like what was I attracted to, or what am I attracted to in this person? What drove me to make this connection with them, whatever level of commitment it might be? Because we all want to be loved. We want to love and be loved. And ultimately, I think everybody can have that. But I think we have to get to the place where we really identify what it is we really want. That's my approach to it anyway. And I'm not talking about just the mundane stuff, but that's okay too. But once you get clear about what really you want, and you get that by the reflection, what really drew me to them, that's something that we should have. And the cards can help you find out what that is, this
Yeah,
card
and
system.
I just find them so incredibly useful. I've been using them, well, probably since they came out, and even the iteration before that, which you refined incredibly. And of course, the original system is many thousands of years old. But I love the fact that it is so incredibly practical to use because a lot of us don't have a really deep understanding of astrology or the I Ching and the elements that this ancient system was based upon. And here you did such a beautiful job when you wrote this. Every in Sedona, we all used your cards. It was common. We'd have dinner parties and start looking each other and our new friends up with your cards. But over the years, it stood the test of time. And to me, I like having something with easy access where even if you don't want to go deep and want to take a glimpse, you can get a feeling of whether there's high attraction, weak attraction, high intensity, low intensity, compatibility, or not. Those are the kind of trifecta.
Yeah, and you can find out whether you have past lives together, and what those kind of past lives were that are being expressed again in this lifetime. And you can find out, like, do you have things in common? You can find this all out without even meeting the person,
Yeah.
just by having their birthday. So I don't know. I ask everybody their birthday, everybody, whether it's just somebody pumping my gas or, whatever. Hey, yeah, what's your birthday? I'll tell you what your card is. And, I tell them something about themselves and then I find out I know who they are. I know how we connect. I know what's going on energetically between the two of us. Is this a safe relationship or is this a cautionary relationship? You want to know who your Saturn cards are out there in life, right? These people
Yeah.
that are going to really make it hard for you, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Absolutely. Well, just one quick little anecdote. A friend of mine, she can't be in the same room with her daughter. They'll tear each other's hair out, and she can't understand why. She loves her to pieces. She wants it to be peaceful. So I said, "Come on, let's look your numbers up." It was just the worst. No
Probably too much Mars, I would imagine.
high
Yeah.
intensity, high
Yeah.
attraction, high intensity, zero compatibility.
Yeah, and the intensity comes mostly from Mars, Saturn, and Pluto. So they must have had a lot of that. And those are really, that just causes a lot of conflict. You just can't avoid it, you
Yeah.
know.
But it's nice if you know that when you meet someone and you, or someone's in your family and you just can't get out of this pattern. I think it's so comforting to know because then you can adjust your expectations and your behavior. And that's what I love so much about the
Yeah, and you might find out like I did that you had to be with somebody for some mysterious reason, even though you're not really compatible.
yeah,
You know,
that's
I
just
I
a
had
fact.
my previous marriage was like that. We loved each other, but we couldn't even have a conversation without getting into an argument.
Yeah.
And we had like 3 out of 7 connections, 3 of them were Mars. And it was just too much. I mean, it wasn't anybody's fault. We finally just said, we love each other, yeah, but we just can't really have fun together. We can't do things together. We can't play together.
Mm.
And so, that happens too. But sometimes you have to be with somebody for some karmic reason. You may know it, you may not know it,
Right.
what it is. But
Well, it's never too late. You got it right this time. And I can't wait to do our Saturday, the 26th of October event. I think it's going to be so much fun. Everybody will have their books in front of them. As you're talking and explaining these various factors, they're going to be looking themselves up. It should be
yeah,
just
I'm going to show them how to look up the connections between them and anybody in their life. And they're going to be able to really get a handle, like a really, I'm going to give them what they need to do it the way I do it, actually.
wow.
So,
And you're good. I know because I've talked with you privately and you nailed a couple of things. Ooh.
well,
Robert, thank you so
thank
much. Can't
you.
wait to see you on the 26th of October.
Thank you, Regina. I look forward to it so much.